Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another makeup tutorial. Today I'm doing a glittery grungy look, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm just starting by priming my lids with a little bit of face primer that I just wanted to experiment with, and you'll see here in a second that it wasn't the best choice as an eye base. But I set that all with some white powder just under my eyebrows, and then I went in with a kind of medium brown tone, and as you can see, it kind of grabbed onto certain areas and not others, so it made it really hard to blend. You can kind of tell I'm going in here very intensely in certain areas, and as I'm editing this, like, I had to cut out a lot of me blending because it took a very long time. So I do not recommend the Care Bear face primer from Wet n Wild for your eyes. But I did pack on some black shadow onto the lid. This is a pretty simple look. It's just a very normal grunge kind of look, but I did add some glitter to it. I saw a look like this similar on TikTok, but they used one of those Stila liquid eyeshadows, and I don't have those, so I just used regular glitter. But I did pack my lid full of this deep matte black that I have. And this took quite a few layers just for it to achieve the complete blackout that I wanted. But then on the inner third, I added this silver glitter that I think did a lot for the look. It made it look much more polished and kind of gave it that, like, I don't know what you want to call it. Like, with the shirt and everything, it's very rhinestones, but then I put on like a big hat, so it has a bit of like a like influencer western vibe, the alternative, if you will. So I did my eyebrows a little bit more straight and blocky than I normally do. I didn't make them super arched. I made them more so square and long and extended to kind of change the way you look at my face, like, and how the eyes are framed up. And then after I filled them in with powder, I just added some brown mascara to lock them in place. So for the eyeliner, I used my NYX liquid black eyeliner, and I did a little bit of a cat eye. I brought it into the corner just a touch, and I kept the wing and everything fairly thin. So then I went in with my Care Bear mascara. This is my favorite. It gives me a lot of lift. And then some big fluttery eyelashes. These are one of the Care Bear pairs from Wet n Wild as well. And then I primed my face with the Care Bear face primer that I used on my eyes earlier. I did a lot for the skin just because I had a lot of texture going on and a few breakouts, so I did a little bit of color correction. I'm tapping on here, and then just some Fix Plus to make the skin a little bit more tacky. Then I used my Conceal and Define foundation from Makeup Revolution and just blended that all out with a beauty sponge until it was all nice and blended out. I don't have any concealer right now, so I did build up under the eyes a little bit with the foundation. Then I went in with my NYX HD mattifying powder. This stuff is great. It gave such a smooth finish to the look. Like, you could not see any of the texture on my skin at all, which I was really appreciative of for this look in particular, because I ended up wearing this look for a while to film some other content. And then I contoured my nose. I've really been into doing like a intense nose contour to really change the shape of it. I don't know why. Like, I don't dislike my nose. I don't dislike the shape. I just like playing with the idea of changing it. So I made it look a little more round and narrow, and then I contoured underneath my bottom lip, which I don't often do, but I thought this look kind of called for it. But then I highlighted down the middle of my nose and on the very tip, so it had, again, that kind of round button nose look. And then I lifted my brows a little bit more with a little brightening powder right at the arch, just to give them a little more brightness in that area because the eyes are quite dark. So I did a really high contour today. I didn't bring it down very far because I knew with the wig that I was wearing, that would already draw the eye out and away from the middle of my face. So I went with a pretty high contour and did a lot of blending to make sure it was nice and smooth, which I did with this little brush. And I did it on my jaw as well. I've been working with little brushes a lot lately, and that has really been helping me kind of hone my technique. And then I'm going to work my way back up to larger brushes. So then I put a little bit of soft and gentle right around my eyes and on my cheekbones because I'm obsessed with this highlighter. And then I felt I just needed something under the eye, so I took a little bit of this burgundy red shade and put it underneath the eye. Now this is going to give it a very vampire look, but I went back in over top of that with a burnt orange brown and put that over top, and it gave it this really pretty like sepia kind of fall look, even though we are getting closer and closer to winter at this point. And then on the inner corner of the eye, I just did a little bit of brightening powder to make my eyes look a little bit bigger, not so closed off, and very bright and full and awake. So then I set it all down and popped my wig on. And then I lined my lips with a little bit of heroin pencil from MAC. So this is a little bit of a purple, just because I'm doing black lips. So I don't like using a black pencil just because I find that they bleed a little bit. I use the purple because it helps with some of the shadowing. So I just did that on the peak of my lips and then on the kind of thickest, fullest part of my lips. This is from Curse Cosmetics. This is one of their liquid lips in Ritual. I have a link for this lipstick down below if you guys are interested in getting it. It is my favorite black that I use. But I added 3 coats of this just so it was nice and thick. And this is kind of like a soft matte, not really satin because it definitely dries down, but it is very, very soft. It's more of like a lip cream, I would say. But yeah, I did 3 layers of this so that everything was smooth, clean, and like perfectly pitch black. And after I did all of these layers, which can get very thick on your lips, so if you don't want to do this many layers, you don't have to, but I personally like the way it looks when you have that many layers. It's just so much more intense. I added some gloss. This is the Essence Gloss, and it's just clear. And I just patted this on. Now, doing it this way, I noticed that the lipstick did not transfer at all to the doe foot. So I was able to put on a nice thick layer and give it this like black, glossy, almost kind of latex look on my lips, which I think just turned out really super cool. Because I've been doing a lot of matte lips lately, and I really want to get into my glosses, especially in the winter when your lips can get very dry. So this is the wig. I love the blue roots down into this gray hair. But yeah, this is it. So if you guys enjoyed, please let me know. I'll have some more looks coming up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.